Parenting is a tough job, is an understatement. Why? Because parenting does not come with a manual. In this week's video, I'll be talking about how parenting has changed over the years and its impact on children. If you like the content that's shared on this channel, do subscribe to my channel, Food for Thought with Kanika Saxena. Hi everyone, I'm Kanika Saxena and I'll be talking about parenting styles in this week's video. So there was a time when parents were extremely strict with their children. In those days, the key word was discipline. They believed that children should be disciplined, they should behave in a certain manner. All their focus was on how their children behaved. In those days, it was said that spare the rod and spoil the child. Parents believed in dealing with their children with an iron hand. It was believed that only then the children will follow the right way and do the right things. Parents were a little relaxed when it came to their children, in the sense that they allowed their children to interact with other kids, to play in parks. I still remember my childhood where we climbed trees, we played on slides in parks, fell down in the mud, hurt ourselves, got up again and went back to playing. So, parents were not very protective. They allowed their children to fall and injure themselves, get up, recover. They of course supported them, they were there with their children, but they allowed them to play freely, to interact with others. Children fought with other kids, they hurt themselves, and life went on that way. Now we come to the modern day parenting. First of all, the focus has shifted to performance. As parents, we want our children to perform. We want them to excel. And not just in one thing, we want them to excel in everything. So whether it's their academics, sports, swimming, debating, anything, we want our children to be all-rounders. They have to be good at everything. And then we say there's too much competition in the world, and if the child has to compete, they have to be good at everything. Is that really true? Is it just performance that gets them ahead in life? Let's see. The other thing that has changed in modern day parenting is that we are extra protective about our children. We do not let them, when they are little, we do not expose them to the environment. We don't expose them to other people. We don't want them to play with other kids because we don't want them to get infected. We keep them protected at home. We don't want them to catch any disease, fall sick. We are petrified at the very thought that our child will fall sick. And then what happens? When they start schooling, they are exposed to a different kind of environment, all kinds of people, different children who, some of them might be suffering from some diseases or might have a cold and cough or any other thing. So when they are exposed to this kind of environment, they fall sick. They easily fall sick, and not just once, they keep falling sick. And then they have to take leave from school and they have to stay at home until they recover and they go back again. Why does this happen? That's because they have been cocooned, they have led a very protected life and they're not exposed to anything. So their immunity levels are very low. Only when they go out, when they experience things, they get infections and disease, their immunity level builds up. But we don't allow it only to build up because we are always protecting them. That is one thing. Another thing that has happened is whenever we send our children out to play, we give them all kinds of protective gear, whether it's helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, elbow pads. We give them everything. Why? Because we don't want them to get hurt. We don't want them to injure themselves. So kids lead a very protected life. They do not get hurt, and then as a result, when they get hurt because of an accident or anything, they are in trauma, they are in a state of shock, even if it is a slight bruise or a slight, maybe a hairline fracture. They find it difficult to cope up and recover, not just physically but also mentally, because they're not used to getting injured. I still remember the time when my son had gone to Spain in a student exchange program, and he was staying with a friend. And at that time he was grown up, he was in college, and at that time he had a bad fall. He hurt his knee and he was in shambles. He called me, "Mama, I've hurt my knee, I don't know what to do." And this is what happens because we don't allow them to get bruised, we don't allow them to get hurt. They don't know what to do, especially when they are alone. They find it very difficult. They have no idea what they should be doing to take care of themselves. So this is one thing that we've been doing. Then another thing that we do is it's not just limited to protecting them physically. Even emotionally, we are very, very sensitive, and we take care of them. So what we do is, when they are little, we don't want our baby to cry, we don't want our child to cry, so we provide them everything they ask for. We never say no to them. And this does not happen just when they are babies, it continues as they grow up. And we are available at their beck and call. We give them everything that they need. And as a result, they start taking everything for granted. They believe that, all their wishes will be fulfilled, and they grow up to be such individuals. Not only that, we make them believe that they are all that matters. The world rotates around them. And they grow up with that belief, and they start to think that everything should be their way. People should take care of them, and it's not that they have to do anything in return. It's they who have to get the attention and love of other people. We are so conscious that we don't hurt them, that we use sugar-coated words to talk to them. We do not reprimand them. We do not punish them for anything that they do wrong. We try to pacify them, and we say it's okay, and just let them be. And with all these things, they do not learn what is right and what is wrong. They learn to believe that whatever they are doing is right, and that's it cannot be questioned. So what happens with all this overprotective bringing up and raising kids with kid gloves? The result is, when they come out into the real world, they find it very difficult to cope up, not just in their personal lives but also in their professional lives. They are so individualistic, so self-centered, that they find it difficult to function in teams. They do not know how to get along with their colleagues. They find it difficult to manage their relationships, because both individuals in the relationships are so much focused on themselves that they believe that the other person should give them attention, and when that doesn't happen, relationships break. These children have not learned how to take no for an answer. They do not know how to face rejection. And all these things make their lives very difficult. And so do you think that it is only performance that will take them places in their lives? It's only their academics? No. We have to focus on the all-round development, which does not mean excelling in everything. We have to raise well-rounded personalities who know how to face rejection, who know that they are not always right. We need to teach our children right from wrong. It does not mean that it has to be done with an iron hand or we have to bring back the rod. It's not, no extreme is right, being extra strict or being overindulgent. We need to strike a balance. We need to shower love and affection, but at the same time, we have to make sure that they are disciplined. We should not go overboard with our love and pamper them so that they believe that they are all that matters in the world. So we need to strike a balance. We need to let our children go. We need to give them the independence to think, to make wrong decisions. We should not be always there to make decisions for them. We are scared, that nothing should happen to my child. He should not fail in anything. He should not make It's only when they make wrong decisions that they learn from those decisions and improve and can make better decisions. So we have to let them be. We have to give them that freedom. We have to, of course, we have to be there behind them. We have to support them, but we should not be controlling them. We should not be taking decisions. We should not be protecting them from failures, from falling, because unless they fall, they will not be able to rise and grow. So let your children do what they want to do, but be there to support them through their thick and thin. I hope you liked watching this video. Thank you for watching the video till the very end. If you like the content shared on this channel, do subscribe to my channel Food for Thought with Kanika Saxena. Do like my Facebook page and follow me on Instagram. The links are all mentioned in the description below. If there is any topic that you would like me to talk about, do share your thoughts in the comments below. I will definitely make videos on the topics that you would like to know more about. Thank you once again, and remember to read my self-help books. The links are all mentioned in the description below. Bye-bye. Until next time then.